This video is about basic configuration of Commando Marshall C350 series routing switch, which is L3 plus core and data center function switch. So we will start with a banner command. This banner function is used to configure message on this Commando switch. User can specify any message to notify other users. Improper operation might cause critical situation like banners, service interruption banner. You can have the advisory, that legal notice also you can have. Then these messages can be of three types. One is a MOTD message, of the day message, that will display on the terminal when the user connect to the device. Then login banner. So I will show you the types of banner. So configure terminal, then banner, and these three types of banner. This login banner, the message will display on the terminal when user log into the device. Login mode is required for displaying this message. Please use these banners for notifying the users which are taking access of Commando switches by various logins. Execution banner will be displayed on the terminal when user enter into user execution mode. So let's start with a message of the day banner. All the three banners can be of 99 lines, and each lines can have 1023 characters. So huge banner also can be created in Commando switches. So for that we have to go for the banner command. Let us say I want to make a MOTD banner. I will have the command banner MOTD and the delimiting character. In between this hash character, this is a delimiting character which is at the start and the end of the message. All character between the delimiting character will be displayed on the terminal when user connect to the device. So I can have any banner as per my choice. So I can have, this is Commando switch, and I will end this with the delimiting character. If I log out, so this banner will be displayed. Similarly, I can have the login banner, and I can have the execution banner also. So such way we can display or any legal notice or anything, do not reboot, like messages, don't do this, don't do that, unauthorized access message can be given on for the users. We can also we can also create many users to get access of this device. So user management increase the security of the system by keeping the unauthorized users for guessing the password. The user is limited to specific attempt to successfully log into the switch. So there are three modes in the switch: no login, login, and login local. So no login means anyone can access the switch without any authentication. Login means there is only one default user. And login local mode, if you want to access the switch, you need to have the user account. Local user authentication uses local user account and password that create to validate the login attempt of local user. Commando switch has maximum 32 local user accounts. Before you can enable local user authentication, you must define at least one local user account. You can set up a local user account by creating unique username and password combinations for each local user. Each username must be fewer than 32 characters. You can configure each local user account with the privilege level. So valid privilege level for this device is 1 to 4. 4 is a maximum level where you can do everything with this device, and 1 means you can have shows and very basic commands are available for this privilege level. So once the local user is logged in, only command those are available for the privilege levels, that privilege level are displayed for that user. So for that, let us say I want to have the administrator to have all the access of this. So for that, I will enable this switch, configure terminal. Then I will create a username. Let us say commando, and password a privilege level 4, and password let us say commando@123. So this is one username password combination which I have created. I can have maximum 32. Then I want to configure and set the user management mode for line VTYs. I can have the maximum 7 VTY line, and I can from 0 to 7, and login local. So this username password will be asked when login in via the VTY line. So let us try to log in via any VTY line. So for that I will use a putty program. So 192.168.0.1, this PC is connected. So it is asking for a username. Give the username admin and username. My username is commando, which I have just created, and password is commando@123. commando@123. So this way I can get the access of this switch. So I can have a multiple username having different privilege level to access different commands. I can also have the password based login, not username password. Password also, for that I have to give the command line password. So for that, if I don't want username, so line password, let us say commando. So this password only will be asked, and we will get the access of the line. We can also have the other configurations like access class, creating the access list and applying that access list. We can have the AAA functions. Then we can have the execution timeout. So we can set the how much time this will be the valid connection. You can also have the line secrets like line passwords. Then privilege level also we can define start and stop bit for taking the access via putty, and the speed of that line can be also configured. Similarly for console also we can have those things configured. So we can also take the telnet from this switch. So we can telnet this 192.168.0.1. So I will ask for the username commando and password commando@123. So this way I can also telnet this line. This is IP v4 based telnet. I can also create a VLAN or the VLAN 1 IP address with IPv6 address, and I can have that telnet also. I can create a management IP for IPv6 and I can telnet to that also. We can also enable or disable the telnet. So config terminal, I will config this telnet. Say if I say service telnet disable, so this will be lost. This connection will be immediately lost and no telnetting will be allowed. If I go for the telnet, and it will refuse for the telnet now. So I can enable and disable the telnetting services. Telnet is having very unsecure passwords which can be captured with the help of any of the man in middle type of tool. So we can have the SSH protocol to provide secure and remote connection to the device. So SSH will provide more security for remote connection than Telnet does by providing strong encryption when device is authenticated. SSH support the data encryption standards like DES encryption algorithm, triple DES encryption algorithm, password based user authentication, and SSH features have SSH servers and SSH integrated client. So when the application that run on the switch, you want to have the SSH client to connect to the switch running on the SSH server. The SSH server works with the SSH client supported in the with the SSH clients only. The SSH client also work with the SSH server supported by that SSH server only. So for that we have to generate the keys. For that, configure terminal, and we have to generate RSA key. Let us say my key name is Commando and I say generate. So that key will be successfully generated. I can also create a username passwords. So let us say username Commando, assign RSA key, and I can have these two options, Commando RSA key, Commando key name, and enter. So I have to specify RSA public key before doing that. So this way we can do the SSH configuration also, and we can have the SSH access. We can also have the time and time zone configuration. So time can be configured in with the help of NTP server, or as well as the setting the local time with the clock set command. So if no other source of time is available with the Commando switch, you can have it with the help of manual settings or manually configuring the time and dates. The time is very important and essential to analyze any functional problems or any problems related to network with the help of logs or debug messages which are generated in the switch. So for that, how to configure this? So configure time, configure terminal, clock set, date time, and I can have the time formats. So say 11:30. So this is the month of the year, let us say second month, then day of the month, let us say 13, and year 2023. So this way I can set the clock. Show clock details will give me this. I can also set the time zone also as per the requirement for this switch. We can also configure the FTP credentials. For that, configure terminal, FTP and TFTP credentials. So I can set the FTP username, FTP username, FTP server enable, and I can also have the access copy with the help of copy command. We can copy anything from this switch, from flash, from FTP, from SCP, management ports, and other things. We can copy that to the required with the help of TFTP as well as with the help of FTP also. We have to give the command, and we have to download and upload any file with the help of copy command. I will show you one copy running config to startup config. So this will be having effect like save or write command. So same effect. So if I restart the switch, I will not lose my configuration or the created things. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.